everyone, welcome to Mission Stitch. My name is Emmy and this is my Flosstube channel about cross stitch. There are some new viewers here, so I'm going to take a minute to reintroduce myself. So I live in a suburb of the Salt Lake Valley in Utah. I have been stitching since I was 8 years old. I started with a printed cross stitch project of a rainbow that my grandma gave me. And I remember my mom sitting and teaching me that I needed to cross all of my legs the same way. So I learned correct from an early age. And then it just kind of grew into the madness that it is today. I have been married to my sweetheart for 26 years next month, which is so exciting. We have 3 kiddos. My oldest is 23. Her name is Lexi. I will tell you a little bit more about her in just a minute. And then I have a daughter who is 21 and she lives in Florida, is going to school there and also works at Walt Disney World. And she is friends with a certain princess in a pink dress, if you know what that means. And then I have a son who just turned 15 last week, which is so exciting. We need to go and get his learner's permit so that he can start learning how to drive so that I do not have to carpool anymore. He is super busy. He does a sport every season. So in the fall he did golf, and in the winter he was doing swim, and now spring he is doing summer, and he's on the school team and a rec team. So it's like every night is filled with soccer. So gives me lots of time. I do also like to knit. I picked up knitting last summer, so I will sprinkle some knitting in with this. So hopefully you don't mind that, because I really love it. I'm kind of sad that I waited so long to try it because I love knitting, but stitching is my one true love. It always will be. We are a big Disney theme parks family. We love the Disney parks. If you can see, so I am downstairs in our basement in my craft room, and you can see behind me, I have lots and lots and lots of Disney references. Like, I think pretty much everything on there is a Disney reference. You can see up top on the shelf, I have all these fun, mouse ears and a couple of other little things sprinkled in because that's my one true love. And we try and go to the parks at least once a year, sometimes twice, with a daughter working in Florida at Walt Disney World. We get there a little bit often, and Lexi is actually moving there next week. We're moving her to Florida to work at Disney as well. So it has been a little while since my last Flosstube, and I have a really good reason for that. We have been extremely busy. We have been traveling. I'm going to give you a quick synopsis of what we have been doing over the past 5 months, because I will reference, like, that's how I remember my projects, is kind of where I was at and what I was doing. And so so I will reference those so you kind of already know what we've done. So in December, we had the opportunity to go to Hawaii and see Lexi graduate college. She went to BYU Hawaii and graduated with her degree in hospitality and tourism management. And so her goal is to be a vice president of one of the Walt Disney World parks, which I love for her. She is passionate and driven and independent, and I'm so excited to watch her begin her journey when she moves there next week. So that'll be really fun. After her graduation, we spent some time just looking around the island. We went to the Polynesian Cultural Center, which was so fun, just to learn about the different Polynesian cultures. We also went to Kualoa Ranch, which is where some scenes from the Jurassic Park movies were filmed. I love Jurassic Park movies, so it was a dream come true. Then we went around to the other side of the island and stayed at Aulani, which is a Disney resort on Hawaii, and had a lovely time. Well, then we decided that since we were already halfway there, that we would fly the rest of the way to Tokyo, Japan, and spend Christmas there. So that is what we did. So we spent Christmas in Tokyo, which was fascinating. It was so interesting because we've never been to a culture like that. And so we got to go to the Tokyo Tower. We took a bullet train out to Mount Fuji. We went to a local Christmas market. And in case you didn't know, Disney has a couple of theme parks over there. They have Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea. So we got to go to those, and that was so much fun. We just had a great time. Well, then we came home and I work just a very part-time job that is very flexible. I just am given my assignment, and then I can choose my days and my hours to work, just as long as I get my work done. I used to teach high school and then decided to scale back. And so now I evaluate students for advanced learner and gifted and talented programs. So it's a super flexible job and I really love it. And I work about 30 days a year. So I'm not working a ton, but it's just enough to get me out and interacting with people and keep my foot in the door of our local school district, just in case I ever want to go back. So that's really fun. So I did that January into February. And then February, my son had a long weekend from school. My husband had a conference that kind of corresponded. So we decided to go to Arizona. We have family in Arizona, so we got to meet up with them. We went to Great Wolf Lodge, which was our first time, which was fun. My kids are older, so they were kind of a little bit too old. If you have little kids though, I recommend it. It would be really fun for anywhere from like 3 up to maybe like 10, 12, like they would just love it and be in their element. We still had fun, but we just weren't quite the like target age range, but it was good. And then while I was down there, I got to meet up with some friends and I got to go to the attic, which was so fun. Another little needlework store that is downtown Phoenix-ish area. And then also went to QuiltCon, and I have a really, really fun story about QuiltCon that I'll tell you about when I get to. Then I had the opportunity to go to market. You guys, that was insane. Isn't that every Stitcher's dream, is to go to market? I was so privileged that designer Emily Call, who is a friend of mine, asked me to go and help her and our friend Ray in her little room, her exhibit room that she was exhibiting at. And so we got to go and see how market works, and we got to meet so many amazing people, shop owners and designers and other floss tubers, and it was just a really fascinating experience. So it was everything you think market will be and nothing that you think market would be. But I just feel so lucky that I got to do that. Well, after market, I had like a week off, and then I went to Southern Utah Stitchers Retreat down in St. George. That used to be put on by Misty Connolly, and she is actually not doing it anymore, which is a bummer, but I think someone is taking over for her. I'm not sure of the details. If I find that out, I will let you know. But it's just a small retreat. It was like 60, 70 people, so just small and intimate, and it was a lot of fun. Really had a great time. Then after that, our family went on a cruise. My husband and I had been on a cruise before around the Mediterranean, but this time we took the whole family, all 5 of us got to go, and we went on a Disney cruise, which, being big Disney fans, I'm so surprised that we had never done that before, and we had a great time. We went to, let me think, Nassau and to the 2 private islands that Disney has, and had a great time. Then after that, I had like a week breathing, and then I went to Stitch West, which is put on by Snug Harbor Crafts and is up in Ogden in the spring. That was amazing. So much fun. And the guest designer was Shepherd's Bush. The retreat was held at a hotel that is literally across the street from Shepherd's Bush, which was fantastic. So it was like a 2-minute walk. It was so fast. And there were lots of great vendors as well. So had so much fun there. And then the next weekend, which was this past weekend, the beginning of May, I got to go to weekend 2 of Stitch North in Canada, put on by Evertote. Never been to Canada before, so that was such an interesting experience. And can I just tell you, Canadians are lovely, lovely, lovely. And so I had a wonderful time and met so many new friends, and I'm dying to go back. So, all right. I have so much stuff to show you. I think I'm going to start off with my knitting super quick so that we can get it out of the way. So like I mentioned, I just learned how to knit last summer, and I have been really into making socks. I love knitting socks because they are so easy to take on the go and knit. It's just this tiny little bag. It is continuous yarn and you don't have to like change colors and thread a needle. And you can almost do it without looking depending on the chart. So I have so many fun socks. I'm not going to share like the patterns with you or the yarn that I used. So if you are interested, put a comment down in the box and I will get that looked up for you. But I just have made so many fun socks. Look at that fun little color work, little hearts in there, little Valentines. These are a self-striping yarn that was for March, so St. Patrick's Day, and I did this cute little kind of box pattern in it. Those were so fun. These were my New Year's Eve cast-on socks that I just, this is not self-striping, this is just colors, minis that I put together, and those turned out adorable. I love, if you can tell, see the cuff is like multicolored and the heel I did in the same. All right, let's see. Oh my gosh, these are so fun. This yarn I actually got when I was in Arizona. It's just so fun and bright. So these are going to be some of my workout socks. I love them with the yellow toe. I love these. I have such vivid memories of knitting these while at my son's swim meets. And they have this really cute kind of star snowflakey pattern. And then the yarn is not self-striping, so I just switched back and forth and did that really cute gray heel and toe. And the yarn is sparkly. You can kind of see some of the sparkle in there. Anyways, I love these socks so much. Another super fun pair of socks, just with a really fun, different pattern, very fall. I did knit these in the fall for what that's worth. I might have shown them before. If I did, I'm so sorry. These socks I knit while I was in Hawaii, and they just have this really fun kind of cabley, really slight cabley pattern. Like you can kind of see how the stitches cross over. And I just love the yarn. And I remember that this yarn is called The Lights Are Turned Way Down Low. So then I always want to sing, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. So love those. These socks are from a designer whose name is Summer Lee from her Colorwork Club. And so you just learn how to do this color work. This was my first color work experience and it was so fun. And then this fun, like sparkly, more sparkle, like tweedy, they call these neps, all these little colored flecks in the yarn. And then I did that fun little detail on the toe, another little pair of shorty socks. And then one more I am in the process of making. So let me show you, you can see I've got it on, but this pattern, oh my gosh, I am obsessed with the yarn, obsessed with that pattern. I just think this would be the cutest sweater. So I love that pattern, just those little swirly, oh, it's just so cute. So that is all of my knitting. Thanks for humoring me. I just have had so much fun with knitting and socks. And actually, I think I have like 6, 8 more pairs upstairs that I just washed because I do wear these socks. I think they are so comfortable. They're just so fun. And I can be like, look at my socks. I made them. So anyways, thank you. I'm getting ready to cast on my very first like tee, like summer tee to knit. I did a little swatch. It's so good. I'm excited to see how that turns out. All right, we are gonna go launch into the cross stitch now. All the knitting is over and I'm gonna start with finishes. I have several finishes to show you. And I don't know if they're in exact order, but I will kind of tell you about them. So my first finish, oh my goodness, this cute Disco Chicks pattern by Ardeth Design. Now this is not a very popular pattern and I don't know why because it's so fun. So this was my New Year's Eve start because I thought really it looked like the disco ball was so fun. So I stitched this one. It finished so fast and it was so easy that I decided to stitch all of them. So here are my 3 Disco Chicks. They're so cute, like look. So it is DMC. So I use the called for DMC with the exception of these little disco balls. And I don't know if you can tell, it has a tiny bit, maybe of shimmer. And that is from a thread that I had never used before. And she included it in my chart. I don't know if it's in all of the charts, but it is called a Glamour 12 weight metallic by Wonderfill, and it's called Summer Shower. And so it's kind of almost a really thin pearl cotton, but then has this like metallic strand in it. Oh, you can see it pretty good there. You can see. So I don't know that it would be worth it to buy a whole spool of this. If you buy the chart and it comes with it, use it. Otherwise, I would maybe just use like a silver petite treasure braid or Kreinik, and you could get almost the same effect. It would probably be a little bit shinier, but disco balls are shiny, so who cares? Go for it. All right, then this was my blessing sampler. Oh, I should tell you, this is like a 32 count Belfast linen called Dutch Blue. And then, oh, upside down. And then just called for DMC. All right, then blessing sampler, January, right? This is what I decided to do for my blessing sampler. It's by Sunspots, which is not a designer that I had ever seen before. I got it on kind of a D-stash. It's called an Art Deco sampler. I love Art Deco design. And it was small enough that I knew that I could finish it. So it spoke to me. So I decided to stitch it. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you should have seen this because I did post it. And if not, go back to January and it's there. So this is a 40 count mystery verdal that I got from, I think a BeStitch Me mystery box. Every once in a while, they'll put out mystery boxes. And so I got this. But I used a silk from Stitchy Box that's variegated, that's like a tiny bit of green and that cream and pink and black. And I fussy did the flower because I didn't really want black in my flower, but I love how it turned out. And that silk is so perfect on this fabric. Again, a 40 count verdal. Doesn't have a name, but it's kind of a pinky gray, just so beautiful. So there's my blessing sampler for 2025. And it has been a good but busy year, so I think it's working. Okay, then I got into stitching Valentines. I got a little Valentine bug. So this is, I think, from Punch Needle and Primwork magazines. Nope, this is from The Gift of Stitching, issue 70. Just this cute little sweet love from Romy's Creations. Again, I knew that I could just whip that up really fast. So I did. This is on a 36 count, just kind of a neutrally like creamy linen. And I just used a floss from my stash. And it's just so sweet. I think it'll make like the cutest little pillow. Sweet love. Then I decided to do this one. And this one's a little bit crazy. And this is from Little Robin Designs, I think, Literary Love Notes. And I don't remember if it's one or two, but I think it's a quote from Oscar Wilde, if I remember right. If I'm wrong, then please forgive me. But this is a 40 count linen, again from a mystery bag. And I think this one was from Forbidden Fiber Comb, maybe. Anyways, who being loved is poor. But I loved like the brown and pink of this fabric. And then I just used a brown floss from my stash. And I love that. Again, just fun and little. Only took me a couple of days. All right, another finish. Oh, my friend Emily Call teased this pattern. I knew immediately that I wanted to stitch it ASAP, okay? So, ribbons and bows. If you look at my phone case, it has bows all over it. I love it. So this was just calling my name, but then I went to Target and found this cute little like scallopy round frame. I was like, I want to put the bows in that round frame because it would be so perfect. And so I did, but I had to change it because the bows would have to like either get cut off. And so let me show you what I did. Ta-da! Like, I FFO'd it. Who am I? I do not, again, if you're new here, you probably don't know this. I don't really ever FFO my projects. I just enjoy the process and enjoy seeing the finished piece. And then I hang it on a pant hanger in my closet. And so I have a hanger for like every year. And it's fun because I can go back through and look through all of them and those memories of what was happening and what I was doing comes rushing back. And so I love that. It's just kind of a trip down memory lane. I also don't have a ton of wall space in my house and places to display it. So anyways, but I love stitching and I want to stitch, so I stitch. So this was on a 40 count verdal. I don't remember who the dyer is. I believe it was maybe Live and Dye LA. Don't quote me. And I used a couple of her suggestions for floss and then pulled my own, but I love it. It's just so cute. Isn't it so cute in that little frame? It's so perfect. And I made sure I wanted this bow in the top, and I made sure that it was centered. And then I added a couple of other little bows because some of hers wouldn't fit. Let me show you. Like, I was so sad I couldn't do this great big bow. But, and I think I switched up the hearts a tiny bit. Anyways, but there it is. So, ribbons and bows from Emily Call. Okay, I do not have the cover chart, but these are from Heartstring Samplery, and I bought these ones at Jingle Ball in her shop, and they are Christmas. Now, I started these two on the plane on the way to Tokyo because we were going there for Christmas, and I've wanted to stitch these forever, and I knew that they would be fast and little, so that's what I did. So here is this one. Love and joy come to you. So cute. Just a miscellaneous floss. Mystery fabric. I love it. So there's two more. I only have one more finished. I will show you the other one later in my whips. And Sing We Joyous all together. Again, just a floss I pulled from Stash with a mystery fabric. So there we go. Two more finishes. All right. And then, you know, I couldn't go to Tokyo without starting and working on Pretty Little Tokyo from Satsuma Street. And then I ended up finishing it like back January, February-ish. So I started in December and finished January, February. Here is my Pretty Little Tokyo. Now, we didn't see the cherry blossoms because we were there in December, and it is an island, and so it was cold. Luckily, we had prepared. It was so hard to pack when we did that trip because we had Hawaii that was warm, beautiful, beautiful weather. So we were wearing like shorts, capris, t-shirts, and we just needed like a light sweater in the evening when it got a tiny bit cooler. Tokyo was freezing. So I brought like layering base pieces and my super warm coat and like sweaters and sweatshirts. So we had a lot of luggage because it's hard dressing for two opposite climates. Anyways, this is just on a 32 count even weave. Satsuma Street. Her color and design is just so fun. So there's Mount Fuji in the background. You can see this is the Tokyo Tower. It really does look like the Eiffel Tower, but it's red. But it has like an inside walled in area that you can go into, and it's got, so it's not like open air, like it's closed in. So anyways, it was just really interesting. And can I just tell you, the Japanese people are so happy, like smiley and just waving, like this cute little wave. They're so sweet. Oh my goodness. We would love to go back and tour more. We want to go up to Kyoto, maybe go when the cherry blossoms are in bloom. Anyways, in our hotel room out our window, we could see this tower, which was really cool. So Pretty Little Tokyo. I don't even know. I didn't even count these, so I don't know. All right. Also in January, I got this crazy idea because my friend Jill, Jill Stitch, decided that she was going to start the Loose Feather for the Birds series and do one a month. And I was like, I'm going to do that too. So I stitched It's Spring Fever. And I don't remember what fabric this is. I'll need to grab and check. So I stitched it, but it took a little bit longer than I thought. Let me grab my laptop and pull up my spreadsheet. It gives me all of the information for this. So I did use all of the called for threads. And I mean, it didn't take me a super long time. It probably took me about, I'm going to say a week and a half maybe. So it wasn't too bad, but I made a goal this year. My goal was to have very few new starts and to just try and get some whips finished. And so I have a list of the whips that I wanted to get finished, and I have done really, really good until last weekend. And I'll tell you about that when I get to new starts. Okay, let me see. So it's Spring Fever. This is on, oh, it's on a 46 count chai by Seraphim. Oh, you don't want to see the back. Anyways, it's beautiful. Oh, a little thread on there. It really is so pretty, and I really would love to stitch the rest of these. Probably not this year though, because it was kind of intensive. And there are those lazy daisies. I'm not the best at lazy daisies, but I did them. It's really cute. Okay, then since I decided that I wanted to really work down my whips, I knew that I was going to get that new start bug, right? And so to mitigate that, I decided to do the hands-on designs, a year of chalk. Yes. Because they're super little, easy. They take me a night or two so that I can get that new start out of my system and then keep working on the whips that I have, right? So I've done one of these a month. So here is January's. This is on, everything's called for. This is 30 count gunmetal linen from, I believe, Weeks Dye Works with the called for threads. So there's January. Here is February. And again, they're just super easy, like you don't have to think too hard stitches. And it's so fun to see how the white and the color plays on this dark gray fabric, this chalkboardy fabric. So there is March. And then April. Look how happy those little daisies are. So these have been so fun. I have May. I am leaving next weekend, like I think I mentioned. I'm going to take my daughter and we're going to get her like kind of started to move in a few days into the house that she's going to live in. And then my husband and son, because my son still has school. He's got school until I think Thursday after Memorial Day, but they're going to come Memorial Day weekend and help us move in. And then hopefully we can go to the parks in Florida, Walt Disney World. Okay, this one I'm kind of bugged, but let me tell you. All right, so this is a super fun story. This is Madras Beanstalk by Robin Pickens Designs. Now, I don't think a lot of people know what Madras is. Madras is like, have you heard of Madras plaid? So it's kind of a light, airy, bright colored plaid. That is just really suitable for summer. It's not like those tartan plaids that are reds and greens and blues. These are like oranges and yellows and pinks and just super fun colors. I mean, there's greens and blues in there too. And so this is her version of Beanstalk. Now, Robin Pickens started out as a quilt designer, and then I found out that her daughter cross stitches, and so she started designing cross stitch patterns, and a lot of them, I think maybe almost all of them, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are based off of quilts. And so this is actually based off of a quilt that she made. So the fun story about this is that I went to QuiltCon with my friends, and this is February, the middle of February, remember, okay? And we're walking up and down the aisles and we see Robin Pickens. And we know that she's a cross-stitch designer because we're familiar with cross-stitch designers. And we pick up a couple of charts and we're like, oh my gosh, these are Nashville releases. And she has them in person at QuiltCon. So we were looking at it. Well, she charts with Cosmo Floss, but then also does DMC. And so I was saying, oh, she charts in Cosmo. And then someone says, oh, well, I also do a DMC conversion. It was her. She was there in her booth, so we got to meet her. She is a beautiful, beautiful person. Just, she was so kind and lovely. And so we took this cute picture with her. And then I told her that I was going to be at Market, and so talked to her about meeting up with her there. Anyway, so I ended up buying two. I bought one for me and one for my friend Amy, who Amy and her daughter Atelie do their Flosstube is Lost Our Needles. and we decided to do a stitch along. So we decided that we were going to start the beginning of April when we were both going on vacation. I was leaving to go on my cruise and she was leaving to go to, I believe, South Carolina. You can watch her Flosstube to find out. So I started this the night that we left, like at the airport. I pulled out, found the center of my fabric, found the center of the chart, went to town. And then this is what I stitched on the cruise. I really didn't knit on the cruise very much. I thought I would, and I didn't. I stitched on this and I ended up finishing it the day we got home. It was like that night after we got home, but finished it the day we got home. Now here's the sad thing. I don't know what I did with it. It's MIA. I think it probably got caught up in a pile of like fabrics and stuff, and so I need to find it. But here is a picture of my finish. Now I used the DMC conversion that she lists on the chart. It's on here. But I did mine on a 40 count fabric that's called The Wind Lies, and that is a Vicki Clayton fabric. Now, for those of you who don't know, Vicki Clayton dyes silks. Beautiful silks, my favorite silks in the world. They are a super tight twist. They don't get fuzzy. They are on bobbins, and a lot of people don't love the bobbins. I think I heard that she is getting rid of the bobbins because her supplier discontinued them or something, and so when they're out, she's going to maybe start carding them, which would be wonderful because I use floss drops. I just find it so easy to use those. So I love her silks. Well, she started dyeing fabrics. She has the fabric specially made for her. And so I bought a bunch of her fabric. This is the first time I've used it. And it was pretty good. There were a couple of slubs. And I would say the fabric threads are not quite as even as like a Zweigart. But here's the thing. Her fabrics are $15 a quarter. Okay, that's like half the price of anywhere else for linen. So if you're interested in trying some of her stuff, I mean, it might be worth a little order, and she ships lightning fast. Like you put in the order and I swear within an hour or two after I put in that order, I already have a shipping notice, and then it's in my mailbox 2 to 3 days later. So fast. So anyways, so you saw my finish, Madras plaid. I know that Amy is still working on hers, but it was a really fun stitch. Like those colors are just so bright and fun. Now, be warned because this is small. Okay, it's not very big. Like, I mean, it was maybe like this on my 40 count, but there's a lot of stitches because those leaves are solid stitching. And you have to be kind of careful because they like kind of slope. So you really have to watch your counting there. I'm not going to lie. A couple of times I was just stitching along, not paying attention. And I was like, oh, I didn't get the curve because I just went straight down. So I had to go back and fix it. But it turned out really cute. I'm very happy with it. All right. And then this is my last big finish. So I was given marching orders by my friend Ray to finish this. This is a project that I started last year at the Southern Utah Stitchers Retreat, and then I finished it not too long after, in the month of April. This is Cirque de Coeurs, which I believe means Circus of Hearts. There is my finish. You guys, I look at this and there's so much to look at. It's just so beautiful. Now, the fun thing about this is that I did it 25 count 1/1. This fabric is called Snow Flurries by Live and Dye LA. And then this is a one-of-a-kind floss from Live and Dye LA. And so it's this pink, and there is a tiny bit of variegation. It's really hard to see, like it's not noticeable, but just enough to give it just the tiniest bit of movement. Oh, so fun. Now, when you look at a piece like this, it is like overwhelming. There's so much stitching, right? Okay, I ended up stitching in all of these borders, and I had to be really careful. I mean, check, double check, triple check, quadruple check, right? Because you get off on a border and everything is gone. And something like this, you need it exact. But I got all of the borders in, and then it was just so easy to go in and like fill in the little bird, or fill in like this little one, and then this. And so it really broke it up into manageable parts. So that is my last finish thus far for 2025. I plan to have several more, so never you fear. but I feel like that is a pretty good little pile, I mean, of fun finishes. I mean, there's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-ish. Very happy with that. I'm very happy. Okay, let's do some whips. Alrighty, so I mentioned those 2 Heartstring Samplery charts that I finished, that I started on the plane ride over to Tokyo. So here is the 3rd one. She has 3 of them. This last one is Repeat the Sounding Joy. And so I think I started this one maybe on my way home, and I still have a needle in there with some floss, but you can kind of see I really don't have too much left. This is a Cottage Garden thread floss. It is Ivy. And then this fabric, let me see if I can tell you what fabric it is. It is 40 count khaki from XJU Designs. And so it's khaki, but it definitely has a green tint, and I love the way this floss is playing on that fabric. Isn't that so lovely? The other 2 are red. Let me show you. Like, one is this lighter red with or lighter fabric with a lighter red thread. Okay, let me see if I can stand up and show them all at the same time. Maybe, maybe not. And then this one is a little bit darker fabric with a little bit darker thread. And then this green one. I'm hoping that she'll do a 3rd one, or excuse me, a 4th one. Oh, you can't see. Darn it. Anyways, they're just really cute. They don't take very long. I just need to sit down and finish this. I could probably finish this in a night or 2 because I really don't have that much left. Like, I have that big motif done. I just need to stitch that little border. Oh no, like finish that little border at the bottom, stitch Sounding Joy, a couple of little motifs over here, and I'm done. So I could finish that so fast, but I have goals, people, and I will show you what I've been working on. But this will get done. This is in kind of my travel bag that I take when I travel with me. And so I will probably take this to Florida with me. So maybe I'll get it finished or a little bit stitched on. We'll see. Alrighty. Then I told you, sorry, I dropped them. So I told you I went to Hawaii for my daughter's graduation. Oh, I should show you a picture. Here she is. Look at her, isn't she so cute? So cute. So I decided, of course, I needed to stitch Pretty Little Hawaii. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. So let me show you what I got done on that. It's on the same fabric. I've got them all on the same fabric. I've stitched, I think, 4 others. I've done Amsterdam, London, Paris, and Italy. And I haven't been to London and I haven't been to Amsterdam, but I have been to Italy and I have been to Paris. So anyways, so I need to get to Amsterdam and London, but here's what I have done. So I still have a long ways to go. This is the USS Arizona Memorial at Pearl Harbor, which we got to go to. These little like tikis. There's a bunch of back stitching to really make those features pop out. The waterfalls, the volcano, and then I still have so much stuff to do. I've got to get all the way over here done. And look, the cute whales. There's so much blue though. And I remember I was stitching this on the plane on the way to Hawaii, and I like did a little bit of blue and then did a different color and a little bit of blue and a different color. And I don't even have that much blue done, but there's a lot of blue. So anyways, and the palm tree, it's just so cute. So this is another one that I keep in my travel bag just because it's easy to stitch and the colors are so bright and fun. Let me show you. Like, look at those colors. Lovely. All right, so those are those 2 projects. Okay, I have so much stuff, you guys, to show you. This is going to be a really long video, but in the best way. Okay, then I had the wild idea that I would stitch a block a month on my Hawk Run Hollow, and then it took me like a solid week and a half, and I didn't want to waste that much time because I had other stuff I wanted to do. So anyway, so I stitched one. So if you remember, I had this one done and this one, so I decided to come up here and do the sheep because I really want to get to this little nest with the little eggs. Aren't they so cute? Let me show you that. Okay, so there's the lambs, the sheep and the lamb, just so sweet, and the rainbow, the kites. I had this one done already. Oh, that fill-in, that was pretty brutal, I'm not gonna lie. So there's some long stitches there, and then some like pine needle stitches here on these birds. I'm gonna wait till the very end to do so that they don't get messed up when I have it in my Q-snap. But there is my spring at Hawk Run Hollow. This one does not get a lot of love. Like Halloween gets a ton of love. Christmas does, a couple of the others, but I love this one. It's just so bright and happy. So, spring at Hawk Run Hollow. I got a square done. You know what? I will take any progress I can get. All right, then I was working on this a little bit. This is my Rose Chocolat from Reflet de Soie. Oh, and I didn't even tell you the fabric. This is, let me see what this is. I'm so sorry. I can look it up quick. For spring at Hawk Run Hollow. Oh, just a 40 count mushroom linen. So easy peasy. Okay, Rose Chocolat. This is a chart that I saw and I gasped because I loved it so much. I am stitching this on 38 count Himalayan Fog with the called for Aversoise. So I have just gotten more of these letters in. I think I maybe had 2 rows, 2.5 rows. I don't think so. I maybe had these done and these done, but I know for sure I've worked on these. Look at how gorgeous those are. Aren't those letters just so pretty with the flowers? Ugh. This is another one that would not take me very long to finish, but you know what? I just have had other stuff in my mind, but I love this. I do have this on my short list to finish this year. So hopefully we will see a finish of this before the end of the year. All right, then, okay, you guys, let's see, I got all these bags. Okay, then I have new starts. Oh, one I don't, but one I'm gonna save for that one whip I'm gonna save for the end because it's a big deal. Okay, and if you follow me on Instagram, you know exactly what I'm gonna show you. Okay, I went to Stitch North and drank the Stitch North Kool-Aid and started 3 things. All right, so first thing I started was Cherry Magpie. Upside down. A bunch of people were starting this. I have had this chart forever. I love it. It is right up my alley. The super bright colors, the fun designs. Obsessed. So obsessed. So I ended up buying everything, kitting it up, and starting it. So this is on 46 count Temptation by Roxy Floss Co. With the Roxy Floss Co conversion. And I started in that lower right-hand corner left-hand corner, excuse me. That's what I have done. Oh, look at the colors. They're just so bright and glowy on there. Oh, love it. It's so lovely. I am in my like bright neon color phase. I've decided my neon color era because I just want to stitch all of these bright, lovely things. It just makes me so happy. And I think part of it is that we're going into summer. And so it's just that time of year, right? I have it in my very favorite project bag that I have ever made. I love this bag. I'm obsessed with it. This is fabric that you could get at Joann, and we have no Joann no longer, which is so sad, but I love this bag and it matches, maybe not exact, but pretty perfect. So there's that first new start. Okay, second new start. So my friend loved this fabric, that Temptation fabric, didn't love the charts, but she decided that she wanted to stitch like a long dog. So she was looking for like a tone on tone. Okay, so we decided that she loved this Temptation fabric, couldn't find the tone on tone that she wanted. So we just started tossing flosses. Look at what we found. Are you ready for this? You're probably not ready for it and a lot of you, it will probably not be your taste, and that's okay. It's still fun to see things, but these are what we picked out. This bright blue, this lemony yellow, that purple, and that green, okay? On the fabric, they just glow. So she fell in love with this because it reminded her of her childhood bedroom and like a school picture outfit that she wore, which I love. Well, I went to bed and I could not stop thinking about this combo. And I was like, what can I do that would fit the colors, but be fun and not too crazy, but a little bit crazy because they're crazy colors. So I decided to stitch In Friendship by Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery. And so in this little motif, I'm going to put like SN, or maybe I'll do over one Stitch North, and then I'm going to put her initials and my initials. So because we're friends, and she is just such a cute, sweet, oh my goodness, I love her. Catherine, I love you. Anyways, so I finished this and then I started this one. Let me show you what it looks like. Colors just glow on there. Aren't they so much fun? I might find a neon pink and throw it in there just so I have 5 colors. I think that would be really fun with this palette. But so this is the green and then that blue. So I still need to work in the purple and the yellow. I think after I finish my next, oh, not my next whip, but in 2 whips I'll show you. And then I think I'm going to work on finishing this because it's pretty little. It wouldn't take me much more than a week, if that, to finish it. So this might be going to Florida with me. We'll see. So there we go. My neon crazy 80 inspired In Friendship. Oh, I just love it. It's so fun. It's so fun. Okay, my last Stitch North start. Everybody was stitching this. I know. Can you see the theme? It's not quite the same fabric. This is a Fox and Rabbit fabric called Beetroot, but so many people kitted it up with this. So I love this chart. Like, look at those little swans and these fun flowery motifs. And this is a fun border. But I was like, all right, I've got 2 projects on the Temptation already. I don't need more, but I do like it a lot. And it's really not that big. So I was like, what could I do? So I went and tossed and ended up with this blue fabric. It is called Dusk. Again, I kitted this up at Stitch North. So this is all Roxy Flossco stuff. And here are the flosses. Do I have the flosses right here? So they're like just super pastel-y and pretty. So when I went, so I just took the ring of flosses that my friend had and like started tossing them on the fabrics. And this was the first blue I tossed and I was like, that's it. It's so beautiful. So let me show you what I have done. I don't have a ton, but, oh, you're missing a flower. You don't want to miss seeing a flower I stitched. There we go. So I've got that top left corner going. So those are all called for. And it's just such a different look. So there were 3 of us at my table stitching it. Carmen from Cardamom Pins. I got to meet her and she's the most adorable thing you have ever seen. She's so cute and she's so fast at stitching. She finished this whole border at Stitch North, and then I swear she has like half of it done. She is speedy. And then my friend Michelle, they're both from Canada. Michelle, her Instagram name is Knotted Owl. Anyways, so we all decided to stitch it. Mine's on a 36 count. They are both on a 40 count. Mine is on this Dusk. Carmen's is on the 40 count Temptation. And then Michelle did hers on a really pale pink. I think it's called Powder Puff, maybe. Don't quote me. Anyways, look at how different they all look. Like, they're all so pretty. So pretty. But they're so different. And I love them all. Isn't it just so fascinating how the fabric just completely changes the look? But I just, oh, I love the way those pastels are coming out on this. So let me show you again so you can kind of see. Oh, that's not working. Let me hold it back. Let me fix this. So, just so fun. So there we go. All right, so I had 3 Stitch North starts, which is so funny because I went to Stitch West the weekend before and I was like, no starts. I am not doing any starts. I'm holding tight to my guns. I don't know. There must be something in the Canadian air because all of that went out the window. Maybe it was the Canadian air. Maybe it was the people at my table. Maybe it was, oh my gosh, the Roxy floss and fabric. Oh, it was like so gorgeous. It was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I kitted up those 3 projects while I was there. Okay, now this is my last, not my last whip, but this is my last new start, but it has been a whip for a while. Now Caroline from Evertotes decided to start this, and it is Love Thy Neighbor from Modern Folk Embroidery. And I've had this for a long time, and I actually tried to start it, and then I didn't love how it was turning out, so I frogged it and then left it. But then when and that was like, I don't know, 6-9 months ago. So then when Caroline said that she was doing the stitch along, and this was kind of an unofficial stitch for Stitch North, I was like, all right, let me stitch it. So there it is. And I am getting really close to being done. I think I should have this done within the next week. Now this is a 40 count verdal fabric. Let me see exactly what it is. Oh, I don't know what it is. I don't know what the name of it is. I don't have my info on there. But it is from Red Thicket Fabrics. And here is what I have done. Now the floss is kind of pretty much all mystery floss. Live and Dial, my friend Valerie, she does these mystery floss packs that she brings when she vends at retreats. And so I buy one every time. And the last one I got, there were all of these colors that went together so beautifully. And I was like, that needs to go on a project. So then when I decided to restart this, I'm like, that's going to be perfect. I'll use those flosses. I supplemented with a few others. Now I know this pink is ghosting, but you know what? I'm just going to go with it because I'm not going to frog it out and there's not that much, but I'm really close to being done. I think I have 4 more big motifs and then like a handful of little ones that just fit in like these weird little spots. And then I will be done. So there it is. I love thy neighbor. So this will be my next finish. Mark my words. I'm hoping this time next week I should be done. We'll see. All right, so that's my last new start. Okay, now my big whip. Now, again, if you guys follow me on Instagram, then this is the one thing that I have been so diligent about posting every week because I want to be held responsible for my progress. I decided that I wanted to stitch on something every day, like a really massive project that I had, and stitch on it first thing in the morning for like an hour or so, just so that I could see constant progress. So that's what I've been doing. I will wake up in the morning and it makes me excited to wake up, right? Because I get to stitch first thing. I reach down to the side of my bed, grab my project bag, pull this out and start stitching. It is Saga. You guys, now if you remember, I had like this much done right here. That was it. And if you want, you can go back on my Instagram and you can follow my journey. So the beginning of the year, January 1, I decided I was going to work on it. Okay, are you ready to see where it's at? Okay, I'm totally going to have to back up because it's big, but I will give you a close-up. Ready? Ta-dam. Oh, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just stitched in like this part of the arch. So this arch is really starting to form and it just makes me so giddy excited. I'm just like, ah. So I've been going through and I have been like stitching the arch and then filling in the arch and then finishing this arch and stitching in this seam and so on. Well, for some reason I am just feeling like I need to stitch these arches because I could have easily have filled this one in and filled this one in, but I'm just in arch mode. So that's where I'm at. The thing about Saga is that it gets smaller and smaller. The rows get smaller and smaller as you go up. See that? So this took me 2 months, but I already had that little bit done. And then this took me just under 2 months. So I'm hoping that this will take me 2 months or less, and then maybe 6 weeks, and then maybe a month is my hope. I'm hoping to have this done in July, which is crazy because I basically allotted the whole year for this. Now, I stitch on this for at least an hour a day. Sometimes it's a little bit more, especially if I'm like in the middle of something and I really want to get it done. Like this rhino right here. I started him and an hour is not enough to get him done. And I'm like, I just want to finish this cute little rhino. And so I think it took me like 2.5 hours, but I didn't have anything going that day, so I could. But look, there's a lighthouse. I mean, and this is the fun thing about this is as you stitch, like you can stare at the cover photo, right? The rendering, and you can see the things if you look really closely, but until you sit and stitch them, you just don't even know. So I'm going to point out some of my favorites. Okay, so this little crow raven with the top hat and the feather. Look at that feather. And this little Scotty dog. I love him. There are helicopters on this one, as well as this little guy doing tricks on this plane. Maybe not tricks, but he's on the plane. He's out for a plane ride. The bird in the cage, but look at the keys on the ends of the giraffe tails and those little ants in the middle. Do you see? There are tons of bunnies in almost every arch scene. But look at that squirrel. Okay, let's go here. All this black work. The designs are beautiful up and down. And then the alligator, more bunnies, that cute rhino I showed you. Then look at this castle and look at the little guards in the castle. Then let me show you this bottom row. Okay. More ants. See the ants right there? And bunnies. Look at that dog. So now this dog, I was looking through her website and this exact dog, like the exact pose and everything, is in another one of her charts. So I don't know if that's the only one that I've really noticed because I haven't looked a ton, but I thought that was interesting. More black work in this castle, and look at the little backstitched couple in the castle. Can you see? And then see these little birds in the arches. Oh, those were tricky. I had to be really careful on those. And I did frog, and I have frogged a lot on this. And you know what? It's okay. Look at the carousel. Look at this swan, and then the little swan on top with the crown. And up here, look, there's a little sailboat and then a little tea set. Look, the teapot, and that's a little teacup. The little rat. So many fun things. More bunnies. I told you there's tons of bunnies. And then this hippo. Look at this cat. I didn't even notice this cat until I stitched him. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's a cat on this goose. The moon with the little stars. Another squirrel. Look at the spiders. The crab. Like, this really is just so fun. So fun to stitch. I'm really excited to fill in the scenes on this one because right here, there's flamingos and one of them is wearing like a little Kentucky Derby hat. Like, it's just so cute. And I have to tell you, these arches up here have been a little bit of a beast too. There's all these little squares in there. And then if you look in between, this motif is different from this motif in the middle, and it's the same all the way down. And I'm like, ugh. So you have to be so careful. There's no repeating. But look, I love like even the borders. Like, look at that, this bottom little border base. And this one has like the waves across. And then this one's all different, but look at that carousel border, the base of the carousel, and like the water. Oh, the seahorse. See the seahorse right there? So anyways, you guys, so much work, but look at it. Just, so much fun. So again, if you follow me on Instagram, you can see my weekly progress on this, which has just been so fun to look back and see where I started and how far I've come. And I think sometimes we need that because it feels like, especially on a project like this, it's so big and it feels never ending. So to have those progress pics is huge. All right, that is all of my stitching. I'm going to reset and we are going to do haul because I'll be right back. Okay, haul. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 piles. So there is a lot of really good stuff. First, when I went to Hawaii, I was able to go to a local stitch store there. We were on Oahu, and downtown Honolulu, there's a store called Fiddlesticks 2. So I went there with my daughter Lexi and my mother-in-law who came to Hawaii with us, her and my father-in-law, to see Lexi graduate. Anyways, now it's not a very big store and she has lots of threads, not a ton of cross stitch charts, unfortunately. But the lady was very nice. Let me show you what I did get. So she had a little tree with ornaments that people from the area had donated, and you could buy them for a donation that she would donate to, I believe it was the Humane Society. So I bought 2 little ornaments. I have no idea what they are or, you know, who the charts are or who the stitcher is, but I got this sweet one. The little bag. Isn't it lovely? I've been hanging on to these so that I could show you guys. I need to put them away with my Christmas stuff. And then this beaded ornament. Look at that. All beads on perforated paper with just a little felt backing. It is beautiful. So I was able to get 2 of these cute ornaments. Now, like I said, she didn't have many charts, but I did get some fun, like locally charts. So she had this little Hawaiian gingerbread series. So I got Hawaiian gingerbread palm tree, Hawaiian gingerbread dog, Melakliki Maka, because it was before Christmas when we went. Hawaiian gingerbread boy and Hawaiian gingerbread girl. Aren't they so cute? So these are fun. These would make cute little ornaments, I think. So I got those. And then I did find this from her, there. So Jeanette Douglas did a special design for that store. So here it is, Aloha Hawaii. It is beautiful. Comes kitted up with the floss and the beads, so I just need to find some fabric. But there's, of course, some specialty stitches. Looks like a bunch of satin stitches. Some, what do they call it? Bargello? I don't remember. But there's like charms. See the pineapples. So there we go. That is what I got at that store. Now in Japan, I didn't look really hard, but I didn't find any stitch stores. I mean, there probably are, but that wasn't our main goal. I did want to try to go to Kohana, and it just never worked out. Like the dates and times that they were open with when we were in the city is a little crazy, but I did think about it. But I do have a pair of Kohana scissors, so I feel so lucky to have those. But I know I was so close, so close. Hopefully we get to go back, and my husband has told me we will go there. That will be first thing on our list. So okay, then I went to the attic, remember? So let me show you what I got there. Okay, so I got this 46 count. It's labeled as Tabby Cat Creme Brulee. I did not think creme brulee, this is like showing beautifully. I don't know, my lighting today is fire. Like everything is showing so good. Yeah, it's like this pinky, peachy, creamy fabric. It's so beautiful. But I don't think it's creme brulee because I think creme brulee is much darker, like more brown. I mean, different fabrics take dyes differently, but I really wonder if this was a mist dye. So I've got a ½ yard of that. With that, I think I'm going to stitch this. Okay, Luz Gonzalez. I don't love this so much or this, but I am obsessed with this middle part, and I think it would make the most beautiful drum. So that is what I want to stitch. So I think Wouldn't that be so perfect? I don't know. This is a 46, so I've got to take some measurements and figure out how that's going to work. But otherwise, ugh. I love it. I love it. I love it. This, in fact, I love this so much. It might be my birthday start. We'll see. My birthday is a long ways away. Actually, it's probably not that long away because we're in May. Anyways. All right. I also got this. Oh, Felicidades one recuerdos. I mean, Felicidades is happy, right? Congratulations in memory or kind greetings. There you go. Anyways, they had the model of this. It was so beautiful. So the model sold it, totally sold it. And I actually got it all kitted up just from my stash stuff that I had, but oh, I love it. Okay, then I got, I caved, you guys, and I got Jessie Challenor. I was like, I don't need it. I don't need it. And then my friend Raquel bought it, and she bought this muted version. And then I'm looking at this, and I'm like, oh, it's so bright and fun, and the silks are so beautiful. So I bought the silk pack. So I have that. Oh, look at those birds, the flowers. Oh, so anyways, Jessie Challenor with the Veriswa Soie d'Alger silks because they just are lovely. And then again, I kitted this up with just fabric that I hadn't stashed because honestly, they did not have a lot of fabric at the attic when we went. I think they just finished a big event, so it was pretty picked over, which was a bummer, but it was okay. Then we went to that little store on the main street. I want to say it's like called Old Town Needleworks maybe. And they did have quite a few cross-stitch charts, like not tons, but a lot. They do have tons of needlepoint, but they did have quite a few cross-stitch charts. So I got this. Oh, I should work. Yeah, Old Town Needleworks. You can see on the price tag right there. This book from Jeanette Douglas, My Heart to You is Given. And so it has just a bunch of kind of heart charts in there. And I believe she's published most of them before, so it was fun to get it in this book. So there's that. I got this Ink Circles Redbird, which is a newer chart that I hadn't seen before from her. It was actually released this year. I think it was probably released like the beginning of the year, and then so it was pretty new when we went in February, but it wasn't a market release. And then this one that I had never seen before, and I love it. Let me see when. 2016, so it's almost 10 years old, but just peachy. So I've never seen it, but I love those floral bands. This is giving me Art Deco Nouveau vibes. Anyways, so I might change the color so it is a little more peachy because these sure don't look peachy, but it was a chart I hadn't seen before and I didn't have, so I got it. So that was Old Town Needleworks. So that is my Arizona haul. Okay, then I went to market. I want to show you the charts that Emily put out. Like she, oh, how many did she put out? Like 12, 14? A lot. Okay. All right, so let me show you. This was her most popular chart. You can get these from your LNS, or I believe that she's going to release them as PDFs in another month or two. I want to say 3 months, 6 months. I don't remember exactly. So, but if you only do PDFs, I mean, wait another couple of months and she will release them as PDFs in her Etsy shop. But you can also get them from your LNS. So the Give Thanks Turkey, that was her most popular chart. She sold out of this chart, and look at how cute he is. He's just so cute. All right. This was a collaboration that she did with a bunch of other designers. They did a monthly birdhouse. So she was given a flamingo, and I love that. Just that little beach house with the flamingo. I love the colors that she used. It's so cute. My daughter, Lexi, who stitches, she kitted this up and is so excited to stitch it. This House of Ginger, which, if you look on the back, you might recognize the model stitcher. That's me. So It's so cute. The House of Ginger. That little snowman is so adorable. And the little fence. And oh. All right. Then Choose Happy. Oh, I love this one so much. Look at this cute little pillow. I mean, you could choose 2 colors and do this in anything you wanted. And then this little pin pillow. I love it. All right. Oh, that was her freebie. So the shops might have her little freebie, which is a beautiful freebie. I love that. All right. Okay. This one, Flowers Always. Another humble brag. Model stitched by yours truly. So it's beautiful. All right. Holiday Minis. Which are so cute. That little snowman. Look at that Santa. His little feet poking out. And then look at this beard. Oh, adorable. Okay, this was her Nashville exclusive, Stitching Besties. Look. And you could customize the hair, of course, and the skin to whatever. So cute. This one is another one of my favorites. They're all kind of my favorites. It is Well. That bird. I love that bird so much. And look, I love this border, how it differs. See? And those beautiful flowers. I need to stitch this one. I need to stitch all of them. Okay, look at this Sweet Liberty Biscornu. This was her first time doing a Biscornu. It turned out so, so cute. I love it. Then Patriotic House 2. Now, she does have Patriotic House 1 that you can get. So if you want the pair, they're on the same fabrics. And I think they have the same colorways. Let me look here. Some. This one has an extra. Nope, no, it doesn't. Looks like they're all the same. Yep, same. So you could get one set of floss and stitch both of them. Oh, they're so cute. Okay, and then let's see, Patriotic People. I am obsessed with this little girl. Like, look how cute these dresses are. Little flag in her dress. Look at that little village. And I love wavy flags. Look, Uncle Sam. Long legs. And then this is the final one, Bunny's House. Look at that little carrot house. Oh. So this is what, so I mean, that's a lot of charts. I mean, how many? I forgot. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, yeah, 12. She had 12 new releases for market. She did so well. I was so happy for her and proud of her. She put in so much work, and I was there, like, from when she got in. She told a group of us that she got in and then just working to try and get it all. And then she had to print charts and fold them. We got to help her fold them and stuff them to get ready. And anyways, so much work, but I'm just so proud of her. And she did really, 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 really well. Like, her room was just so steady, and she had so many pre-orders. And anyways, so go take a look at my friend Emily Call if any of those charts appeal to you. Okay, then I have heard about these linens from a couple of people. A lady on Etsy, her name is Jill, and her Etsy shop is Count on Linens. Well, I found out that she lives like 20 minutes away from me. So I bought every color that she had, and because they're pretty reasonably priced, and asked her if she would mind if I did a local pickup. And so we met up and sat and chatted for like, oh my goodness, half an hour, 45 minutes. She is such a lovely person. She also has a Flosstube, so go over there and visit her. But let me show you these fabrics. So I have to show you them all together so you can kind of see. And this is how she had them packaged. Look, these are just such soft, subtle colors. Like, you can see the, you know, hint of pink, hint of yellow, hint of blue, and then just this creamy color. So let me tell you these. So this pinky one is Deer Valley Dream, but see, it's not pink. Like, when you hold it up with all of the others, it has a pink tint, but it's not pink. And her linens, I mean, look at how smoothly they're ironed. Sometimes you get linens, especially from hand-dyed linens, and they're just still kind of wrinkly and sometimes even a little bit damp. Hers are, I swear, the most smooth linens I've ever seen. Anyway, so that is Deer Valley Dream. Then we have Solitude Serenity. This is that really slight creamy yellow, but again, it is not yellow. It's just so gorgeous. And it's killed me because I've wanted to use these to kit up, but I wanted to wait and show you because I wanted to shout her out because she's amazing. Like she's so nice, and you want to support nice people. And I love that she's local to me, so I will especially support her. But just beautiful linens, just top quality work. This is Snowbird Sky. It's that really pale blue, but again, remember, it's really not that blue, just a hint of blue. So Snowbird Sky and Park City Lights. And the fun thing is that all of these names reference different places in Utah. Like Snowbird is a ski resort. Park City is a city that's up in the mountains where a lot of the ski resorts are. Solitude Serenity. Solitude is a ski resort, as well as Deer Valley Dreams is a ski resort. So there's those. And then she has a little bit darker ones. So let me show you those together. You guys, these are so stunning. So this one is called Zion Sunset. We have Zion National Park in southern Utah. So it has a little bit of modeling, but oh, it's just so lovely. It's so lovely. Oh, I've got to find something so beautiful to stitch on that. Okay, the next one that's a little bit lighter corally. Okay, so here, remember. Oh, now they're looking the same. And they're not. Anyways, this one's lighter than that one. So this one is called Bryce Beauty. Again, just this really beautiful corally pinky. Oh, no, the color's not showing us good. There we go. That's pretty good. And this one does not have, I mean, it has like modeling, just like white, but not in a different color. So again, just super subtle and lovely. And then Golden Sundance. And Sundance is for the Sundance Film Festival that used to be held in Utah. And I believe that they are moving it to Colorado, which is a bummer. But Golden Sundance, again, like such, yellow can be so tricky to stitch on, but it's kind of a really good neutral if you can find the right yellow. This is the right yellow. Like it's golden, but not too gold, but it's like soft, but bright without being too bright. Jill, you are so, so good. And then there's one more fabric that she has that she only can dye seasonally because she uses lavender to dye it. And that's called something about Salt Lake, like with the Great Salt Lake, because we have the Great Salt Lake here as well. And that's why we live in Salt Lake City. Anyway, so Count on Linens, check her out. Oh, she is just the loveliest person. Okay, then Market. So I ordered a bunch of stuff from Market and then also bought a few things from vendors at the Southern Utah Stitching Retreat. That was the next weekend. Yeah, it was the next weekend. I'm telling you guys, back-to-back stuff. So this is all just kind of mixed in. I ordered from BeStitch Me and from Cross Stitch Emporium. So BeStitch Me hand dyes fabrics, but they also sell charts. I'm in her Fabric of the Month club. Beautiful fabrics, and her customer service is always so great. But she also sells charts, so I ordered a bunch of Market stuff from her, and then I also ordered some from Cross Stitch Emporium, which is a brand new shop started by Jen of the Bougie Stitchers. Jen and Nancy are sisters that do the Bougie Stitchers. Well, Jen decided to open up an online cross stitch store, and I know that she's working on a brick and mortar. So I ordered stuff from her, and then I bought some stuff from vendors, New Market stuff, and then other stuff as well. So I don't remember what came from where, so I will just show you what I got. Okay. Joy from Shakespeare Peddler. This was like her most popular chart. I got to meet her. She is just so funny and quirky. Anyways, it was a delight to meet her. She was very nice. And this is a beautiful chart. She had sold out of this chart, she told me. So I love that. And I got the floss pack for that. Let's see. I got a bunch of the new threads from the overdyed. So I got the 3-pack from Classic Colorworks, Apple Cider Green Tea, Sparkling Rose, and then these 3 that I thought I would use from Weeks. I didn't get all of the Weeks ones because I didn't think I would use them, but I got those 3. Okay, then, oh, you guys, I got my first piece of Mason linen. This is a 40 count haberdashery medium light. That's pretty good. It is lovely. This is another linen that is so smooth. It's crazy. And yeah, it even has tissue paper in it. That's what that rattling is that you can hear. So, okay, then Red, I still have more market stuff, but we're just mixing it all in. Red Thicket Fabrics, who is Summer, is the dyer. She is also local. I don't know if you can buy online from her. I know that she vends at like local retreats sometimes, but anyways, so I got some fabrics from her, but this is a 46 count called Buttercup. Oh, this bright golden yellow. It's going to be so fun to find something. Then I got this sparkly like ornament cut. It's called Juliet. It's a 32 count. I thought it would be fun to do like a Valentine piece on that. And it's like a good, decent size. Isn't it beautiful? But then it's got the opalescent in it. Love it. Another ornament cut called As You Wish, 28 Lugana. It's like pretty green, maybe-ish. It's a hair darker than that, I would dare say. Just a tiny bit of modeling. And then I got this 40 count Verdal Sky Blue from her. Verdal. If you guys haven't stitched on Verdal, get yourself some Verdal. It's a little bit harder to find. I know that Randy BeStitch Me dyes it, and you can get that from her. And then I just found out this last weekend that Carrie from Roxy Floss Co. dyes Verdal. I don't think I've ever seen it listed on their website, but I was able to buy some. I will show you that in just a few minutes. So there's that. All right, let's see. This is called Dilly Dilly 40 count Verdal, just a little bit darker blue. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, a little bit. And this is called May 40 count linen. Okay, see, it's just kind of wrinkly. So I think you understand what I mean when, like, can I iron this out? Yes, I can. And I'll stitch on it. But it's just so nice when that linen is so smooth. But that is a really fun kind of bright corally pinky color. All right, more stuff. Let's see. Oh, okay. Emily, this is from Emily, and she designed this for Cross Stitch Emporium for Jen, and so it's called Real Queens, because this is their little model that real queens straighten each other's crowns. They always say, straighten someone's crown. And so Emily created this chart, and it's so cute. I love those tiny Quakers on the side. Ah, such a good sentiment. And then they came with this little scissor fob with a little crown on it. So I got that from Cross Stitch Emporium. Again, these are all like mixed. I don't know what I got from who. Lucia's Sewing Smalls from JBW. Brenda Gervais, she knocks it out of the park. The Earth Laughs. I got Liberty. I got Spring Swan. Oh, let's turn that. I got Blue Flower. Her Heart series continues. Look at those animals. She's just so good with designing animals. I got, oh yeah, this is so cute. Cherry Blossoms Vintage Hair. I love the kind of the vintage feel of it. It reminds me of those sugar eggs. Do you remember those, like the sugar eggs that were hollowed out and there was a window and then there was like a little scene inside? That's what this kind of reminds me of. I love that. Okay, House on Pomegranate Hill. This is Blueberry Ridge. I love her stuff. Chubby You. I had to get this. I have all the others. Had to get the little sheepy. Oh, Georgian Floral Basket. Oh, I want to stitch this one right away. This was like my number one. I love it. Love it, love it. Okay, Around Bees, JBW. You can never go wrong with bee stuff, right? I mean, look at all those fun motifs. Pear Fair, another series, October House Fiber Arts that I had to continue. I've stitched the strawberry one, and then she has the honey one, the bee one, right? Honey one. She has the grape one and a pumpkin one, and now the pear one. I love the patterns that she puts in like the fruits. Okay. Of course, the cookbook, right? Have to get the cookbook. This was the one I was second most excited about. What is it called? Oh yeah, Honeybee Sampler. Love this one. I actually bought some floss to do this in at Stitch West. I will show you in just a minute. And that is by Pansy Patch. And then another series, 12 Days of Christmas. One day I will stitch all of them on one fabric. Some people are doing it and it is so stunning. I want to be one of those people. Look at the drums in the berry bowl. So clever and cute. Okay, so that was my haul from Market. Next, where am I at? Okay, next let's do Stitch West, which was 2 weekends ago. Shepherd's Bush was the designer. And so you've probably already seen it, but they designed a little bag, which they gave us everything for. I've never done one of these, but I'm really excited I get to try it. And it's got the pearl cotton. So that will be fun. And then they did this, this cute little Hope pincushion. And they gave us the finishing materials. We didn't get the floss or anything, but, sorry, the glare, guys. Hope. This retreat was so extra special because Lexi came with me. Here's a picture of us together. It was so fun. I think she was a tiny bit overwhelmed because if you haven't been to a retreat before, you just don't know what to expect. You know, like you can listen and ask questions and stuff, but anyways, she had fun. And it was just so fun to be there with her and introduce her to my friends and other stitchers, and she stitched a ton. I stitched very little, and what I stitched I ended up having to frog, which was on that Love One Another Green Quaker. That is my Stitch West stitch / frog. It was kind of a mess, but so that was just so fun to share that with her. And I had a great table, met some new people. It was a lot of fun. Then Wendy from the Heart Needle Art was there vending. And so I got some of her newer charts that I didn't have. So Elizabeth Howell's little sampler. Look at this border. Isn't it so fun? The cute little dogs in the berry bowl. She also had the full-size chart of the sampler, the reproduction. But I just love this little one. I got this MP motif sampler. Look, I love this. Like, I love that and this. I mean, a house is always good, but look at the little chair. So cute. And then I got this from her Quilt Block Favorites. And yeah, see, it is from a sampler, and so she just took the pieces and kind of broke them up. I really love that pincushion, like the quilt stars and then the flowers. Pretty. All right, then my friend Valerie from Live and Die LA was there. So I bought a floss from Valerie that is like this golden, like honey, brown, like variegated gorgeousness. I don't have it right here by me, but that's what I'm going to use to stitch that honeybee sampler. So I've got to find some fabric that'll work, but I'm so excited for it. Okay, then I got some other fabrics from her. Some of these were like marked down. She's not producing them anymore, but some of them she is. Anyways, Colors of Autumn. This is so beautiful. This is a 32 count Lugana. I got this Fairy Tale of New York, which is a little crazy, but 28 Lugana. but I can see using pieces of it for like Christmas ornaments or Valentine stitches. I can see. And this looks like crazy. It's much, much softer than it's coming out. Camera amplifies some stuff sometimes. It's so funny. And then this Valor, this is a 28 count as well. And this is just such a deep, gorgeous red. Oh, it's so beautiful. She says this one takes too much dye, so she's not going to do it again. But, so I'm glad I snagged this piece. It is stunning, a stunning red. Okay, then these are all ones that you can probably get from her. These are 3 verdal and then 1 linen. Verdal, if you want verdal, she does not list verdal on her website because verdal dyes lighter than it does on any other fabrics, but I love that because verdal is so great to stitch on, and then the modeling just ends up being so soft and just really blended and lovely. So anyway, so this is called Emerald Isle. Oh, it's so beautiful. Like, look at that. I love it. But you can send her an email and she will dye verdal. She's got it in stock. She brings a lot of verdal to retreats, and she almost sold out of it at Stitch West. So this one is California Sage, which again, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So it's more saturated on the other fabrics, but verdal just is so soft. Like the color is soft and smooth blended, but the fabric is so soft as well. And then Hazy Shade of Winter, 40 verdal. And again, just so beautiful. And then I got her 2025 Retreat exclusive. This is a 40 count linen, and this is called Heydays. And so this is the floss that I got because she also does it in floss. So I got the Heydays floss, and that's what I'm going to use for the honeybee sampler. But can you imagine that in a floss? Like, this is gorgeous too, but the floss for that honeybee sampler is going to be so good. So, all right, so that was Stitch West. Okay, we're almost done. Now my Stitch North pile. Okay, I will start with charts. So you saw I had all of that stuff that I kitted up, but I also did a pre-order. So I got two charts pre-ordered. Yes. So I pre-ordered 2 charts and a couple of pieces of fabric. So which were exclusives for Stitch North. I'm not sure when they're releasing them, if they're released now or I don't know. Anyways, you go on the Evertote website and look. Okay, so I got Elizabeth's bouquet. I pre-ordered this. It's so beautiful. This is kind of a companion piece to Gwyneth's bouquet, which I don't have, and I wanted to buy and they didn't have it there. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe they had it. It just wasn't out and I should have asked. Darn it. Anyways, this is so beautiful. So I got that one, pre-ordered that, and then pre-ordered this, both maximum cross stitch. This one is called Lady of the Land. I am into all of these florals. Can you tell? Florals and then the bright crazy colors. Look at it. He's so cute. So those were my 2 pre-orders of charts. I'm just going to show you the rest of the charts that I got because I have them right here. So Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery just released 7 new charts on PDF. Well, Evertote had them there in paper copies, so I was able to grab them. So let me show you. So I got 4 of the 7. So I got this one, Song of Summer. I think I'm just going to stitch the bird. I don't know. I do like these vines, but I think the bird by himself would just be so cute. So the Song of Summer. And then I got AVDVS 1851. Look at that deer. And the border is so colorful and fun. And then I got this one. This is called No Bird Soars Too High. No Bird Soars Too High if he soars with his own wings. That's just beautiful. All of those bird motifs. And then the last one is, oh, I don't even know, Lamgian Pot 1852. Anyways, this one's so cute. You've got that ship, which is adorable, those beautiful flower vases, the hearts, fun border. This one is especially fun because my new friend Carmen Stitches, this is her color conversion. This chart, I guess, used to only be available at a store in the Netherlands. And so he just redid it with Carmen's floss conversion because she got it and stitched it in Roxy Floss Co. And then Jacob saw it, and so he put it back out. So he just released that. So there is that. Okay, fabrics. So, hand-dyed by Rolanda. I have seen her fabrics online. I've never pulled the trigger. I've always wanted to. Well, she was a vendor, and I got to see and touch her fabrics. So lovely. So let me show you these. 40 count verdal. I feel like that's kind of a theme. I didn't get just verdal, but she does these like watercolory fabrics. Look how beautiful. Ooh, for like a spring piece, or maybe even like water down on this more bluey greeny end. I don't know. I love it. I love it. Okay. And then I got another verdal watercolor piece. Get this one opened up. Again, it looks more crazy than it really is. It's just so soft. Just purples and blues, and then the purples and blues have combined to make a little bit of gray, but then you have this kind of lighter bluey green down here. Anyways, I feel like this is what she's known for, and so I had to get a couple of pieces of those. Okay, the rest I got from her are linens. So I got this 40 count linen cobblestone, and that's showing up great. Just so beautiful. A great like neutral. This is called Bracken, I think. Maybe Bracken, but Bracken. A little bit more brown. A little bit. See that? Oh, one more verdal. This one is like a solid color though. This one is called Safari. So this one just has really slight modeling. It's not that watercolory. Just very, very slight, gentle. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then my friend Catherine and I that I mentioned before, we fell in love with fabrics, but there was only one piece, so we shared them. So this is 40 count. I don't know what the name was, but it's this really bright coral. So we are going to sell a Jeanette Douglas design. It's called Flowers something. Anyways, the model is stitched on like Aztec red from Weeks, but it really looks corally, and so we decided that it would look perfect on this. So we're going to do this. I've got to order mine and then figure out with her when we're going to start that. And then we both fell in love with this. This is called Red Copper. It's so beautiful. It's showing up a hair darker than it is really. Maybe not. Maybe, yeah, just a little bit darker. Anyways, it's so beautiful. So I can just see something fallish on this, but then we got swag bags. So for Stitch North, every vendor has to provide something for the swag bag. So we got all this stuff from the vendors, and Rolanda put this in, and I just think it will be perfect. Look at this red. This red on this like coppery orange. So I need to find like a really fun fall piece to stitch on this. But Catherine, we split this. Catherine got the other half of it. It looks brown. It's really this like gorgeous. There you go. See that? Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, let me show you my Roxy Floss Co. fabrics that I got. So first is called French Hen. It looks green. It's not really green. It's like this brownish gray, but it must have a green undertone if that's what the camera is picking up, but it is not green. And then also I got this rustic pistachio, which looks green, but again, it's very brown with almost these kind of rust colored, but it looks really green. They're looking really green in this light. It's so funny. Some of the fabrics are dead on and some of them are very off. Anyways, then I got 40 count linen catnap. Let me show you, which is very pretty. Kind of, there's a little bit of green and kind of a blue, but a gray, but there's a little bit of brown. It's beautiful. 40 count Coco Loco. Now this is like such a deep dark brown. It's gonna look kind of black, but it's like this rich, rich brown. Oh, there you go. Oh, and that's actually showing a little bit lighter just because the light is directly on it, but it is so beautiful. It's probably going to be a nightmare to stitch on because I got 40 count, but whatever is going on it is going to be so beautiful. Okay, then I got this Billie Jean, I know, which is a very popular color for her. And it is like this kind of like gray, blue gray, but it is just beautiful. So I got 40 count of that. And then I got, okay, 2 verdals. And so this one is Seance, which is this purple. And this, I believe, is one of her new colors. And that's pretty true. It is such a gorgeous color. It's got a little bit of modeling. You can see, again, it looks more drastic than it really is. It's just really soft. Oh, but I love this. And then, if you've heard of Roxy Floss Co., then you probably know that she dyed a fabric called Pub Crawl, and the PUB stands for peacock, unicorn, and a badger. I think that's so clever. So that you don't have to stitch all the background. Well, this is the even weave, the verdal version. And that is relatively true. Now, would I love to stitch peacock, unicorn, and a badger? Yes. When will I do it? I have no idea. Will I stitch it on this fabric? I don't know that either. If I find something else that I want to put on this fabric, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm not totally averse to stitching all of the background on peacock, unicorn, and a badger just because I know that it will give that like rich tapestry look, but I understand why people wouldn't want to. So anyways, Pub Crawl on verdal. I do not know if she will dye these if you ask her. I mean, they had a bunch, but it was kind of hidden in a corner and I had no idea until I asked something. I don't know. And then Hannah was like, oh, here, this is 40 count even weave. And I was like, you have verdal? And she was like, well, it's even weave, and verdal is even weave, right? And so anyways, I feel like verdal was kind of the theme of all of my purchases, but it's just so lovely to stitch on and you don't have to worry about slubs. I've had too many instances where a slub has just been right in the middle of a stitch and it just makes that stitch so fat and awkward, and it will throw, I mean, it'll throw the motif or the stitching off. Like bad, no, but I'm a little bit of a perfectionist and so it kind of drives me crazy. But anyways, so there you go. That was a lot. Understandable for 5 months. Thanks for sticking in there with me. I hope that you enjoyed what you saw. I hope that you're all doing well and that you are getting all of the stitching in that you can. So my goals, let me do this fast. So I had a couple of people ask me how I came up with my name, Mission Stitch, for my channel. And I'm really goal driven. Like if I set a goal, then I like am driven to get it done, right? And so I was thinking about names and I was like, well, Mission Impossible. What if I did Mission Stitch? Like, what is my mission for this week? Okay, or this month or this year, right? So my mission is, so I have a couple of missions. Like number one mission, number one goal is that I'm working on Saga every day this year in the mornings, right? So, and I've been able to accomplish that. And now my mission for this week is to get Love One Another finished. I'm going to do that. And then I think my next mission after that is going to be to get my In Friendship with my crazy 80s colors done. And then after that, I don't know where I'll go from there. But so that is my, why I named my floss tube what I did. Mission Stitch. It's, you know, just off of Mission Impossible because I'm driven and I have those missions and that motivates me. Anyway, so your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to stitch. Bye, everyone.